Okay, this video is to show you guys how to use Hyperterminal to connect to a Gamewell 600 series fire control panel. Unfortunately, Windows 7 operating system does not come with Hyperterminal, so you can Google it or use any search provider on the internet to find a free version. I've got mine here. Just go ahead and once you have that installed, open it up, and it's going to ask you to give a new connection a name. So to be easy, we'll make this Gamewell. Sometimes it'll ask you for an icon down here. For some reason, this program doesn't give me an icon selection, but if you're running XP and you're using Hyperterminal, you'll have like a couple of options that you can pick right here to make it easier to select later. But we'll leave it at Gamewell, hit OK, and then once you get to this screen, you're going to want to come down here, hit the drop-down menu, and make sure you select the COM port that your programming cable is connected to, whether it be a serial port or if you are using a USB to serial adapter like the key span. Make sure you pick the correct COM port here. I'm using a desktop right now. I'm not connected to a panel, so we'll go ahead and leave it at COM port 1. Hit OK, and then when you get into the properties here, make sure your bits per second are at 2400. That's fine. Data bits at 8. Parity none. Stop bits 1, and then change your flow control to X on, X off. Go ahead and click apply, and then OK. For some reason on this version of the Hyperterminal I get this error every time, so I just hit OK. Once you're done with that, you'll see the Hyperterminal window open up with your Gamewell settings here. And once you have the screen, go ahead and click File, go to Properties, click on Settings, and then Emulation, you're going to want to go ahead and change that from Auto Detect to VT100, and then click right here, this button down here to set this up. And you're going to want to change the line delay to 1 and the character delay to 100. Leave everything else the same down here. Hit OK. OK once again. And now if you are successfully connected with a programming cable to the Gamewell 600 series control panel, which I'm not, at this point you would just hit the enter button on your keypad, or on your keyboard rather, and that will bring up the programming screen off of the 600 display. You can go ahead and enter the password and go through all the programming options and screens in the 600 series program on your computer. You can also come here to transfer. You can capture text, so if you're doing testing or anything like that, anything that shows up on the Hyperterminal screen here will be captured into a text file, and you can save that to print it out later or for your reference. So be sure to check us out at www.firealarmsonline.com for additional information, and we'll have a video online shortly for the FCI 7100 Hyperterminal settings as well as the FCI E3 settings for Hyperterminal.